notice, but hello and welcome to the 42nd episode of Growing Up Geek, the weekly podcast for geek entertainment and nostalgia. My name is Brad, and I am joined by my returning brother, as if rising from the grave, Matt.
The prodigal brother returns. How's it going, Brad?
Yes, I shall slay the fatted calf. It is going well. How's it going with you?
Oh, I can't complain. I'm a little bit sick this week, stuffy in the nose and ache.
Yeah, how about that?
I think it's just one of those seasonal things. Happens to everybody.
Yeah, Rob was sick last week, so it must be going around.
Oh, you'll get yours.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will get mine. The fissures will form. But it is the season, and I've been watching a lot of the fall television premieres. I don't know if you've been doing that.
Just the stock market fall.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's so sad that you almost can't laugh at it.
Yeah,
But
I know.
that was a good one.
Yeah.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Pushing Daisies, which premieres on the night we're recording this, Wednesday night.
Okay.
Cannot wait to see that season premiere. And It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia returned 2 weeks ago, I think, and I've been watching that. Such a messed up show, but so funny that you feel messed up for laughing at it. So recommendation for me, check those out.
Yeah, I've heard good things. I haven't really had as much time as I'd like for TV. I caught like Dexter, that's about it.
Right.
And out shopping a little bit, I'd gone to a couple Halloween stores. I couldn't help but notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw for kids a Joker costume, which is like the Heath Ledger Joker. It's a latex mask that you put on your face. And it has like the cuts.
Shudder.
Really bad paint job on it. One of the cooler ones is maybe the Iron Man costume for kids. And then there was an Optimus Prime, but it comes off all wrong because, a little kid's got a big head and a skinny body, and
it loses a little bit of the prime in the translation there.
Yeah, it does. And then at work, this is crazy. A lot of times people give me old artifacts that they no longer want.
Oh, okay.
I find this book, the Electric Vehicle Handbook. It is from 1914.
Nice.
Yeah, it's inside of it black and white photos of batteries, motors, all that. It's
cool.
Wild. It's like surreal, almost one of those like the Book of Mist or something. It's like from another time.
That is so cool. That'll look good sitting on your shelf. You'll be like, oh, you don't have this? Yeah, it's from 1914.
Basic principles of maintaining your electric vehicle.
That's good. So why don't we turn to the world of geek news then for a minute?
We'll do.
Every week we like to give our favorite news stories. Matt, what was one of yours?
Well, there's been like an ongoing dialogue between you and me over the years about media and media formats, and we agreed a while ago that it's all eventually heading towards distributed on-demand content. You're going to get what you want when you want it over the network. However, it appears that a couple major record labels and SanDisk, one of the major memory card manufacturers out there, is going to give it one last go. It's going to be available at Walmart pretty soon. It's going to be called Slotmusic, and it's going to be albums on micro SD.
Oh.
I don't know if any of you, you bust open your current cell phones, and a lot of them have the micro SD card inside of it.
I'm sorry, this just seems irrelevant. Like, people want to copy the tracks off of there. Are you able to get the music off? I mean,
the music is on there as high-quality MP3s.
So why not just sell the MP3s? Like, what?
Which of course they do. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It barely makes any sense. I feel like if we were to put like the love of collecting things and the ease of consumption into like a stew together and boil it, this is what would rise to the top. This is that last little foamy film.
Yeah.
If you want to own the album cover, hold it in your hand. Here it is.
Slot Media. Slot disc?
Yeah, Slotmusic.
I don't know whether to laugh or cry about that.
I think it's going to be big with the people that like cute crap, if I can say that.
Cutecrap.com. There you go.
Yeah.
You may say that.
All right.
So, wow. And actually, it's funny you mention that because my first news story I'm going to mention relates to the digital video on demand market.
Okay.
And a little salvo that was fired this week. You know me. I have long been a proponent of video streaming on demand. It cannot get here soon enough for me.
Right.
And several years ago, I actually subscribed to the Starz Play. service through Real Media. Do you remember that?
I had a subscription to something called Cinema Now.
Right.
There were a couple like that, the early video on demand.
Yeah, this was definitely one of those. Starz being the network.
Okay, yeah, with a Z.
Yeah, and this week they announced that they are going to be bringing all of their content to Netflix as part of Netflix's streaming feature. And if you're an Xbox user, you will, in the fall, have access to all of that through your Xbox.
Ooh.
I was just telling Amber this morning how crappy so many of those movies are on the streaming section.
Yeah.
This, in effect, immediately adds No Country for Old Men, 30 Days of Night, Spider-Man 3, a lot of big titles.
Okay.
So exciting news for video on demand and Netflix and Xbox.
Yeah, I think Netflix is really, not only they did the revolution in that whole, we'll mail you your DVDs instead of you having to go to the store.
Right.
They've managed to keep evolving because they knew that eventually you're not going to want it in the mail. You're going to want it right away.
That's right.
And this is good that Netflix is kind of staying afloat, staying on top of where it's going.
Yes, even if slot disc media does not get it, Netflix does, apparently.
Yeah.
And this leads us to your second news story. You had another quick one, you said.
Yeah, it's kind of, it chalks up to a joke. Frederick Brun, the CEO of Angstrom Aerospace Corporation, and his colleagues are trying to get NASA to put their balls on Mars.
Oh, no. No.
But I digress. What it really is they've designed a little robot that basically is housed inside of an inflatable ball.
Okay.
And that makes it a lot more capable of just rolling here and there and where it needs to go. Considering all the rough terrain that one has to navigate on Mars and the fact that, transmissions between here and there take forever, and the fact that the last rover, I think, got stuck somewhere, it's some little obstacle.
Yeah.
We're switching.
Unless your balls get shot by a Martian.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which would be really bad.
It sounds really cute, and apparently it plays slot music.
There you go. Well, this reminds me of that Jackie Chan movie where he's bouncing down the hill inside of that ball. What was it, like Super Cop or something?
Sure. Yeah. One of those movies, and that's something recreationally you can do now, like skydiving. You can do this kind of big ball roll.
Bounce down a hill with your girlfriend or boyfriend.
Yeah, and one day travel through space, much like in The Fountain with Hugh Jackman.
Yes. Weird movie. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I will just quickly say my second news story is that a website called What They Play has apparently uncovered secret information that Nintendo is presenting its next-generation hardware to developers starting now.
Wow.
This is supposedly more than just an update. It is the true successor to the Wii, and for now it is codenamed WiiHD.
Of course.
I don't know about you, but I've avoided Nintendo platforms since the Super Nintendo.
Pretty much.
And the reason has been the graphics.
Sure, that and the overall evolution of storage space. Nintendo was just really stubborn about controlling what the media got published on. They lost market share, and they never really could afford to make the most powerful hardware. So this sounds like an iteration of Wii.
It does sound like that, although they claim it's more than that. But, the fact that it's HD, it's surprising how this sort of welled up within me, this enthusiasm. Like, all they needed to get my dollar was to say HD.
Oh, yeah. In some weird way, you can forgive Nintendo of not being HD. The graphics never were what it was about for Nintendo. But it is going to be nice because, even your least expensive televisions are now high def.
Right, yeah, and you won't have to see those weird bars on the side of your 4x3 games.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I had heard something about Sony maybe using their current cell processors in the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
Maybe like doubling the number of processors or something like that.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, so already starting to discuss the next generation or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that has me excited because I miss those old, standards of gaming. Zelda, Mario, all those, I liked those. And there's no real reason that I haven't followed up with them, except that I was distracted by the low-hanging fruit of graphics, from all these other competitors. So here's looking forward to 2011.
Oh.
According to this website, that is when the next iteration launches. So
I wouldn't be surprised if it's sooner than that, to be quite honest. But time will tell.
Time shall tell.
Shall tell.
So now, you had mentioned earlier the Halloween store.
I did.
I don't know if you've noticed, but there are some people who are already decorating.
Oh, yeah, up and down my neighborhood.
Yeah, so on that note, our main topic of discussion is Marvel Zombies. Not a new comic, I should say, but one that is appropriate for the season. For those who celebrate All Hallows Eve, they may appreciate this. Matt, why don't you tell us about Marvel Zombies?
Well, Marvel has all these alternate universes, so this allows them to play with ideas like this and still say, well, your universe is unharmed and unscathed.
Yeah, it's a very non-Marvel idea, so they would have to set it out there somewhere.
Yeah, some supervillain decides, I'm going to get rid of the human population by turning them into zombies. Of course, he didn't realize it would also zombify superheroes. And then you get, somebody like Quicksilver, who is very fast. He's able to spread the zombie virus very fast. And this is one of those things where the mature audience who's always enjoyed reading Spider-Man and, Wolverine and any of that, to see this kind of like everything going as wrong as it can go. It's more funny than it is horrifying, but it is at the same time, there's some pretty horrifying moments, You sit there and you're kind of like, oh.
Yeah, I mean, the setup here, this is written by Robert Kirkman, who actually wrote The Walking Dead, which we've discussed on the show.
Oh, yeah.
And if you read the foreword, he said that Ralph Macchio, yes, the Karate Kid, called him and convinced him to do this book. That sounds like a dream or something, but
sure does.
He said he was happy that he did it, and I gotta say, I just had a ton of fun reading this.
Yeah, I mean, you can have so much fun when you're using Marvel superheroes.
Okay, so the thing is, they're running out of food.
Yeah.
And they're sort of on this earth that they've eaten almost everybody, down to even Magneto.
Sure, and they're still hungry.
And they're turning on each other. However, the thing here is, it's the zombies' perspective. They're sort of calmly discussing ideas that they have for, like, re-eating the food that goes through them, that falls out and stuff. But these really morbid conversations, but they're all, like, it's still Captain America, but his like, brain is exposed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what is it? Spider-Man's leg is hanging off, and he's carrying it around.
Yeah. He still has that schoolboy attitude.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, golly, my leg's hanging off. It's definitely not the sort of murmuring zombie.
Yeah.
I don't know if did it remind you a little bit of like Infinity Gauntlet? A book that throws all the heroes together.
Oh, yeah. Well, in Infinity Gauntlet, that also was, I remember, very nerve-wracking because you were watching a lot of heroes bite the big one, panel after panel, as it got near the end there. And it was just like, oh, no. And this one, it finds a creative way to end itself.
And just, when the Silver Surfer shows up, he's silver.
Uh-huh.
He's not made of flesh and bone, but they're like, get him,
They're hungry anyway.
They're hungry regardless. I mean, they consider weird possibilities just to stay alive. And
where there's the Silver Surfer, there's Galactus, and that's a king-size meal.
Yeah,
that's super-sized.
That is a meal and a half, and I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, when Galactus shows up, that's pretty awesome.
Well, props to Robert Kirkman, but then additionally, from there's a Marvel Zombies 2, a Marvel Zombies versus Army of Darkness, which Marvel hooked up with Dynamite, who's been publishing Army of Darkness comics, and Ash is pretty fun.
Yeah. By the way, have you seen the Army of Darkness musical?
I had heard about this, and I think I've seen some like grainy YouTube video of it.
I gotta say, please stop making movies into musicals. But anyway, okay.
Yeah, the floundering state of the musical industry is not.
It's not hard. Not our area of expertise. But
although
but
a musical of Marvel Zombies might be kind of entertaining. There are a lot of nice toys of Marvel Zombies.
Oh, cool.
All the way from like the Mini-Mates stuff that kind of look like the little Lego guys. Then they've got some of those really nice $100 statues. One of them is Venom standing over Spider-Man. And of course, since Spider-Man is all zombified, like half his face is gone and stuff.
Right, yeah. It's funny to see Venom as a zombie because the guy is already messed up as it is,
Oh, well, then there's a Spider-Man toy and a Captain America toy, like actual action figures. And each of them comes with a body part of one of our favorite galactic heroes.
Yeah, the whole, like, you get one body part with each toy, and then you assemble it.
Yeah, but you can assemble it, yeah.
But anyway, this was a comic that I enjoyed a lot. I recommend it, and it's good October reading.
Yeah.
It made me want to watch the Fantastic Four movie, actually, the Silver Surfer one.
You know what? I just did watch that for the first time. I thought it was all right. Have you seen it?
I haven't, but the whole Silver Surfer Galactus thing, I was like, oh yeah, he does work for Galactus.
I'm gonna eat eat your world.
Yeah, a reference to the Venom toy.
Venom toy that wants to eat your brain. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Exactly. Venom already eats brains, so zombie Venom, he was the only guy that didn't really change much.
Yeah, no big difference there.
Yeah, but so that is Marvel Zombies, and that is worth checking out. I actually got mine from my local library. And a woman about 99 years old checked my book out. She seemed so sweet. And as I walked away, she said, "Have fun scaring yourself." So that was nice. Props to her.
Support your local libraries.
Please support your local libraries. And before we close out our show, every week we like to get a little nostalgic and reminisce about growing up geek. And this week I want to talk about something we haven't really talked about much, which is food.
Okay.
Amber and I just recently rediscovered peanut butter crunch bars. I don't know if you remember these things from school lunches. You'd get two, real crunchy, and they had sort of like just a rod of peanut butter in the middle.
Yeah, it was soft peanut butter.
Exactly, yes. It's freaking awesome.
Okay, well then what about Kudos?
Kudos, yeah.
They were basically like little granola with like, chocolate chip in them. The tastiest of the snack bar thing. The commercial is Kudos, I'm yours.
What was your favorite candy when you were growing up?
Gosh, that's tough. I remember eating a lot of Baby Ruths, but I have no idea really why I did it or that, that they were
I was going to say, I thought of Baby Ruths.
Yeah, I ate a lot of Baby Ruths. I liked Twix are good, Kit Kat's good.
Like if you could have the perfect Halloween bag, even though you're far too old to go around trick-or-treating now.
I tell you what I love is Rolos. Can't get enough of Rolos.
Yeah, you don't need teeth to eat them, so you could just keep eating them, basically.
Yeah, until your teeth fall out, and you're still enjoying Rolos.
Yeah.
Exactly. I do remember when it was only 25 cents to get an ice cream sandwich at the cafeteria.
Yeah, and they had the substitute peanut butter sandwich that you could always have if you didn't like the meal. And it was like a pretty bad peanut butter sandwich, and sometimes the lunch ladies would like begrudgingly make it, and they'd be like, let out this long sigh, Can I get the peanut butter sandwich? All right.
I don't remember when Gushers came along, but I was just recently enjoying some Gushers.
I think like 90% of the market was dominated by things that squirted juice. Wax. Remember wax soda bottles?
Oh, dude, those bottles. Yeah, and it's
you'd bite them off and you'd suck out this small, tiny amount of juice.
Oh, it was less than a sip. Less than
but
a
you'd
sip.
Work for that.
They had to be the most expensive candy for what you actually
for juice
get to consume.
To money ratio.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, and then you're left with the wax and kind of wondering if you can eat it, and I'm sure I tried.
You're not sure what's making you sick, the juice that you drank or the wax.
Oh, jeez, yeah. Of course, candy cigarettes, I don't know if that's even still around. But
some had that little powder that you could like puff on it for a bit, and there'd be actual like little like powder puff.
And then, of course, gaming food. I don't know if you remember nights spent making tons of Hot Pockets and playing Twisted Metal.
Kids Zone or Kids Fun Dinners. What were those ones that had like a penguin on it?
Oh, heck yeah. Kids Cuisine.
Kids Cuisine. Yeah. With like the
they had a brownie.
Yeah, the brownie. That brownie was all right.
And on that note, too, what's the one that you get? The Lunchables.
Yeah, it went as far as like a pizza one. Shredded cheese and like 2 or 3. What would they be? What's the bottom of a pizza? The crust. Yeah.
What's the bottom of a pizza? There you go. Deep thoughts at the end of this podcast. And,
Baboli. Yeah. No.
Yes, I think we'll leave the listeners with that. If you grew up geek like us and you have any memories you'd like to share, put a note in our comments or send us an email. You can visit us at our website, which is www.growing-up-geek.com. And I think that's going to wrap it up for this week. What do you say?
Sounds good to me.
On behalf of Rob, who is absent this week, my name is Brad.
And my name is Matt.
And we will see you next week.